Welcome to Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. So I did a video about, my top polys and my multis, my top multis, but I wanted to let you guys know what your favorites were. So what are the top selling multis and what are the top selling polys? And they're kind of changing a little bit, but a lot of the old favorites still remain. Stay tuned. All right, guys. So you guys know my favorite strings on the multi-line and then on the poly line. But what do people buy? Well, that's what I'm going to talk about here. So on the multi side, these four strings are tops in sales, and that's nationwide. Number one, and these seem to be more sold better in 17 gauge. So NRG 17, top seller. Makes sense, right? Everybody's worried about their elbow. You want something a little softer. If you don't break strings, you definitely would use 17 gauge, which will last you a little bit longer. You could use this in a hybrid. People are just thinking softer these days. They want to preserve what they have, meaning their wrist, their elbow, their shoulders. And Tecnifibre makes great synthetics. They make great multis that basically keep you on the court. So NRG, guys, NRG. X1, even softer. So one of the softest multis on the market. This will definitely help keep you on the court, especially if you have tennis elbow. And if you don't want to use natural gut, this is definitely one of the choices that you would definitely go to. And like I said, Tecnifibre knows what they're doing. They've been in the business forever, and this is a great soft string that will not hurt you. So NRG and X1, guys. So if you have tennis elbow, definitely try these out. Can't hurt, right? The staple in tennis for the last 20 years, I feel like, even more, NXT. So the multi that is soft and is tennis elbow friendly also, and has the Wilson name. Therefore, it's been like a top multi for, I feel like, 20 years and more. If you're one of these guys, let me know. Coach Rob loves this string, even though I tried to trick him. But yeah, great string, NXT. I'm not a big fan, but I know everybody else out there who uses this continue to use it, possibly forever. Yeah. It comes in 16, 17, and I believe certain versions of this come in an 18 gauge too. So NXT multi. And there's different versions, but the regular Comfort is the one that sells the most. Top selling string, Velocity MLT. So very versatile string, comes in 2 gauges, many different colors. You can use it straight up, or you can use it in a hybrid. Very crisp, predictable feel that is just, a joy to play with. It's great spin, as you can see by how it's constructed, that it's not too soft like the rest of these. There's definitely going to be a little more firmness in this for more spin potential. Okay. Now, the polys have surprised me a little bit here. Hyper G breaks in. So Hyper G has had a lot of play, has had a lot of people talking about it. The green color is really, really cool amongst the kids. Even the adults are getting into it. It's a square string that plays very, very well. Very, very soft, because people do worry about tennis elbow that want a poly, co-poly, and this usually does the trick. The price is definitely right also, and I feel like the color is what gets everybody. They really love the kind of greenish, limeish color like this packaging. It's very eye-catching and popping, but it actually plays well and soft too. Now another one that's kind of in that same light, Polytour Pro. I was a little surprised at how many people actually requested this string. When I was stringing at the Battle in the Bay, there were quite a few people using this string. And it is actually a soft co-poly, just like Hybrid G, and it's very, very comfortable. It has that initial kind of firmness and then immediately gets comfortable. So it softens up fairly quickly to protect your arm and to give you a nice little sling and snap. So as much as they say it's firm in some of these packages, it's actually soft and comfortable. Like this one's changed. Like the other one said it was a hard poly. Now that they've realized what that meant, they kind of wanted to be a little more safe than sorry. But yeah, it's comfortable now, is what they say. And 16L is the preferred gauge in this one. In the Hybrid G, 16L and 17 does well. The big hitters obviously like 16. And to the final two polys, RPM still sells very, very well. Obviously, Rafa helps that along a little bit more. I sell 17, or everybody sells 17 more than 16, as it is a 1.25 millimeter and kind of a good all-around gauge for power and spin. It is slightly on the firmer side, which bigger hitters tend to like for the snap. It is 8-sided, so it slides better, as you can see right there. But industry staple for, I want to say, over 10 years now, and a top poly, co-poly, for the last 10 years also. They actually make an 18 gauge, as thin as an 18 gauge, and as thick as a 15 light for the durability. All right, so. And the number one string still in the polys, still ALU, guys. It's a staple amongst pros, a staple amongst college kids. A lot of juniors still use this. It is kind of the industry standard in polys for the last, it's almost, I feel like it's been about 20 years. And because it was one of the first, if not the first, it was one of the first out, people know it, right? ALU. People call it by Big Banger ALU Power, or ALU. 125 is the standard gauge on this, although they did come out with a 130 for the bigger hitters that want a little more durability. They even make a fluoro, which actually is like a top 20 string too, which is a 123 versus this one, which is a 125. But I blend this a lot. I use it straight up a lot. The kids break it fast. Therefore, people got to keep buying it. So top poly, co-poly, ALU Power. Do you guys use this? Are you part of why these strings are the tops in their categories? Let me know. What do you play with? Are these good? Are these good for you? Do you like them? Let me know in the comments. Guys, thank you for watching Tennis Spin, where we put our spin on your tennis. Hey, Coach Chris.
Hey.
You string tennis rackets?
That's right.
We'll make a little extra cash.
Sure.
With Direct Tennis, you can be the official stringer of your own neighborhood. You can set the distance, you can set the meeting place, and you can set the timing.
So I can string on a street corner?
You can set your own place. It's all at Direct Tennis, where they put players with stringers and stringers with players. Check them out at directtennis.online. Link is below.